Hey, Brad Burud here with Flames Unfiltered. Time for another Flames Unfiltered Shorts as Game 2 of Series 1, or Series Round 1 between the Calgary Flames and Dallas Stars took place last night. Now, I usually do these right after the game, but last night I kind of needed it to settle in a bit. Spent today doing some work, went and played 9 holes of golf, and thought about last night's game. Because I was a little disappointed last night. I wouldn't say I was angry, but disappointed. I didn't like the Flames play. I liked us out of the gate. I thought the first period was real good. Especially the first part of the first period is a good start. One thing I didn't like, Gaudreau shot the puck after going in offsides. Says you didn't hear, he maybe didn't. I was surprised the reaction towards him wasn't stronger. But it seemed like Tkachuk then went and sought out Klingberg after Klingberg's comments about Anderson. Now, I didn't necessarily hate that he did that, but I felt like it took him off his game slightly. I didn't particularly care for Tkachuk's game last night. And I'm not just going to pick on him, but I feel like sometimes... let's rewind back to when we played the Oilers and it was the Cassian thing. He was super effective because he was being chased. There's a difference. Tkachuk's a wonderful agitator with huge offensive upside. But I felt like last night he spent more time worrying about situations and not so much worrying about creating offense, which we kind of need a balance. But I do think Tkachuk is at his best when he aggravates and gets other teams and players off their game and gets them chasing us. Then we have better success, if that all makes sense. We had a giveaway. Hanifin gave one away, which I'm not blaming Hanifin totally because that's a set play for the Flames, and Lucic is supposed to be there and wasn't. Not letting Hanifin off the hook completely, but we can't forget that Lucic is supposed to be there. Okay? Anyways, it leads to a Dallas goal on a Pavelski tip from a Robertson shot, who the Flames have kept them quiet for the most part, but a hell of a tip from Pavelski, and it's 1-0. And the second period was grind it down boring. First period shots, let's rewind to that, 9-6 Dallas, which is weird because Calgary usually has way more shots. The lack of offense is starting to scare me. Not even so much, I feel like our sustained pressure is so much less in the last 2 games than it was in most of the regular season games. I know Dallas is playing a complete lockdown, and we knew that was coming. And I don't doubt that Daryl Sutter will be able to adjust for Game 3. I think there'll be some adjustments. I heard some people, Calgary fans saying, well, we need to shake up the lines. Wait a minute. We shook up the lines in the regular season once in a while to get things going for the playoffs. We know these lines are our best lines. We had 82 games to figure that out. Now these lines need to produce like they did in the regular season. Now, are they going to produce at the levels that we're used to in the regular season? No. It's number one, it's playoff hockey. And number two, we're playing against a Dallas Stars team who locks down. That's their game. Their game is to get this to a coin flip. They need to get it tied and get a break one way or another. They want to play every game as tight as possible so it's a coin flip. Way too many 4-on-4 situations. It screws up the flow of the game. There was never any flow last night. It was like just stuck in the mud all night long, which made it really, I don't know, it just was not an exciting game to watch. Way too many turnovers on Calgary's end. I do believe they'll clean that up. After 2 shots were 16-16, so as much as I felt Calgary was better in the first, they had more shots in the second, so figure that one out. I don't know. Third period, more turnovers, especially in that middle part of the third period. Markstrom had to bail them out on 3 occasions. Tanev didn't have a great night. Just all in all sloppy. I thought Markstrom was really, really good. 2-0 raffle ends in an empty netter, which I don't even count in this. And when you really boil it down, Dallas has scored 1 goal. Calgary has scored 1 goal. Our goal was on the power play too, so they're leading us in even strength goals 1-0 in 2 games. Oettinger, very, very good last night. Now, he hasn't let in a goal for 114 minutes and 39 seconds. I'm worried a little bit about that. I feel like he's gotten hot, and we didn't need that right now. We don't need that getting into our heads. Hopefully it doesn't get into our heads. Last night, I thought Markstrom was really, really good. I still, if you held a gun to my head and said, how's this series going to go? I'm not worried in the fact that Calgary isn't scoring as much as I'm worrying about the lack of chances. Now, I know Johnny Gaudreau at his post-game last night said that he thought there was a lot of chances, and I think I'm going to disagree with him. I didn't feel like there was a lot of point-blank chances for either team. Dubé was pretty solid last night. Lewis, I thought, had another good night. I thought Michael Backlund was good. I hear people criticize him, but I feel like they criticize him no matter if he plays good or bad. I thought he was moving pretty well last night. I did not like Shillington's game last night. I don't know that I wouldn't take him out, and that maybe be my only roster move, and put in Michael Stone. I feel like Michael Stone's a calming factor, and I feel like against Dallas, he might be more effective than Shillington. Hanifin struggled last night, and we talked about it, the Matthew Tkachuk struggles. I was worried, thinking that we lost and got shut out in the playoffs, and that the series was 1-1, and now we're to a best of 5. A positive is that Dallas has only scored 1 goal. Lots can change in Game 3. I think we'll learn a lot in the first period of Game 3 on Saturday night of where this series goes. See, it's funny because we always think we know where the series is going to go based off the last game we watched. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do this video last night, is because I was speaking from knee-jerk emotions. And today I thought about it a little bit more. The series can go a lot of directions. Every team has nights where they're not perfect. I look for Calgary to bounce back in Game 3 and be much stronger on the road, which I don't think it's bad to go on the road. I really don't. I think this team actually does a little better on the road. We'll see what happens in Game 3. It'll be a real telling game on how this series goes. A lot of work to do. 3 more wins. But we got to get the offense going. And I'm not talking going 4 goals. 2 looks pretty good right now, doesn't it? We'll see what the Flames bring on Saturday night. Make sure you check out every episode of Flames Unfiltered. You can get that on all podcast players. You can get it on YouTube. Check out Flames Unfiltered every week. We have great guests. Talk Flames every week. Playoff edition show coming up this week as we break down. We'll be through 4 games of this series and prepping for a Game 5. Thanks for joining me on Flames Unfiltered Shorts, and we'll see you after Saturday night's game.